Good morning, guys. You must be here for the tour. Well, why don't you come inside? Let's get this thing started. This, guys, is a Dion's. How many of you guys at home have actually been to a Dion's? Well, despite being here or not, this is gonna be the first in-depth, behind-the-scenes look on how we make pizzas, slices, subs, salads, the whole shebang. But before we get started on that, I need to introduce myself. Guys, I'm a tour guide here at Dion's, and my name is Diego. But I don't do my job here alone. Let me introduce you to the rest of the tour guide team. Come on. Right here, we have my boy, Josh.
What's up, guys?
And over here, we have my girl, Maya.
Everyone.
Now that you know the team, let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, guys, we have to lay down some ground rules. Rule number 1, guys, is make sure you take some notes. You might have just learned how to write, so make sure you use it before you lose it. Rule number 2 is make sure that you guys are listening. Today, I screwed on my listening ears nice and tight because we're gonna go over a lot of information. Rule number 3 is when we ask a question, make sure you guys answer the question. Participation always helps, even on video. And rule number 4, which I'm sure none of you guys will have a problem with, is have fun.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Now that we're done with the rules, go ahead and follow us.
All right, guys, this is our first stop on a Dion's tour. Behind me is a giant metal door. And inside this giant metal door is a giant metal man. No, I'm just kidding. This is our refrigerator. You guys might think you have a big refrigerator at home, but this bad boy holds all the cold ingredients for the entire Dion's. You guys want to check it out? We can probably fit everybody in there with me. Come on, let's see. Whew. We keep this guy nice and cold. Actually, it's everything in here is held below 40 degrees. That makes sure everything stays cold. My life goal is to have one of these in my house. But the purpose of this thing is this is where it all starts. Pizza begins here. Everything that needs to be kept cold starts in this big, huge refrigerator. I want to talk to you guys about something important. We need to make sure that we're being healthy and that we are filling our plate. And everything that we need to fill our plate is in here. The first thing I want to talk about is vegetables. Who at home loves their vegetables? One example that I have of a vegetable is a handy dandy bell pepper. Man, this thing looks delicious. It doesn't work very well as a bell, but what it does work at is giving you vitamins and fiber. And if you guys are wondering what fiber is good for, just ask your grandpa. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is protein. Right here, we have a healthy serving of chicken, okay? Most meats are gonna be packed with protein for you guys, and it's gonna help build strong muscles. But it doesn't just stop at meats. Did you guys know that cheese, edamame, pecans, these things are all loaded with protein, and we have them here at Dion's, and they're in multiple food items. So make sure that you guys are making yourselves strong and taking in a healthy amount of protein. The next thing I wanna talk about, guys, is our bread and butter here at Dion's. Dough balls. These are the foundation to making a pizza. And guys, the way we make these is with a couple ingredients, but the most important is flour. See, flour is important because it's a grain, and grains are good for your brain because they're loaded with B vitamins, minerals, and more of that fiber. So what I want you guys to remember is that if you take in the right amount of grains, you'll be able to focus longer. Maybe when you're taking a test, or even when you're watching a video like you are right now. The next thing I want to talk about is our fruit cups. See, guys, our fruit cups are packed with different kinds of fruits. Inside, they contain cantaloupe, honeydew, watermelon, strawberries, grapes, kiwis, and my favorite, pineapples. Oh boy, not only is this a bunch of healthy sugar that's going to keep you going, but it's loaded with vitamins. The next thing I want to talk about is dairy. See, we have milk and loads of cheese here at Dion's, and it's super important to hook you up with some vitamin D, calcium, and more protein. Not only is it good for your bones, your muscles, but it also keeps your teeth strong, and that's important. The last thing I want to talk about is like the icing on the cake here at Dion's. Dion's Ranch. I mean, we go crazy about this stuff. We put it on everything. And even though it's not an essential part of filling your plate, man, is it good. And hey, it still includes dairy and eggs, so we gotta keep it cool. All of our food in here is working together in perfect harmony and hanging out, but it doesn't start that way. Each one of these food items come from very different places in the world. In fact, our lettuce comes from the Great Salinas Valley in California, and our cheese comes from the Great Hills of Las Cruces. Man, Man, it's cold in there, guys, right?
Oh, I was just fine.
So guys, the first station stop we have today is salads. And the really cool thing about salads is it's a great place to fill your plate. We have so many of those essential food groups we were talking about. First thing I want to talk about is vegetables. Who remembers the vegetable we were talking about earlier? That's right, bell peppers. But we don't stop there. We have cucumbers, we have onions, and so many different types of lettuce to make sure that you are filling your salad bowl the right way. We also have a bunch of protein sources. We have ham, turkey, hard-boiled eggs. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. And also, guys, remember we were talking about fruits? Here's a fun fact. Tomatoes are a fruit. You learn something new every day. The next thing I want to talk about here, guys, is dairy. I want to take the time to get into the life cycle of cheese here. Because you guys are young, you're growing, you're developing, and you guys remind me of my friend provolone cheese. It's the youngest of the cheeses, and it has more of a mild flavor, you know? It's still figuring itself out. Next, we're gonna hop on over to the Parmesan cheese. Now, this guy's a little bit more established. He's graduated a little bit, and he has more of a bold flavor. And as you continue on down the journey of life, we come to blue cheese. He's got some texture. He knows who he is. He's been around the block a couple times, and he has the boldest flavor, right? And you can smell this guy coming from a mile away. That's all I got to say about the life cycle of cheese. It was getting a little cheesy, okay? What I want to talk about next is how many different sizes we offer for you to get your salad. Now, how many of you guys out there are hungry? We're talking about food, right? I mean, you guys could be a little hungry, right? Well, if you're a little hungry, we have this guy right here. This is a half bowl for your itty-bitty appetites right there. But let's say, hey, I'm a little bit more hungry and I really want to fill my plate. I want to be nice and full after I've had this salad. Well, we got our next size up, which is known as the full bowl for a little bit bigger of an appetite. And the biggest salad, the one with the reputation, the one that could serve 4 to 6 people, we have a family salad. Or hey, if you're just trying to feed one Diego, this is the perfect size. So, here at Dion's, we can all agree that we love salad. But one thing people can't seem to agree on is what's the best dressing. While here at Dion's, we have 8 different kinds. Raspberry vinaigrette, Caesar, honey mustard, Thousand Island, blue cheese. If you want to get a little spicy, we even have green chili ranch. But man, the 2 heavy hitters here at Dion's are Greek and our favorite. I mean, we drink this stuff, Dion's Ranch. I mean, ask your teacher. She drinks it. No, ask her. Now, I know what you must be asking yourself. That's a lot to do for one person, and you're absolutely right. Here at Dion's, we couldn't get anything done if we didn't utilize teamwork. That's how we stay safe, and that's how we keep your food coming out. One person's gonna be reading the ticket and making the salad base, and the other person's gonna be there to help them out and finish it off. Make sure that your croutons are lining up on the salad the perfect way. Hey, speaking of teamwork, let's go see the next member of our team.
Thanks for that intro, Diego. We are here at the Slice Station. This is where you can get an individual slice of pizza if you don't want to get the whole thing. Now, our slices come from a slice pie, which were made from dough that you saw in the walk-in. We throw a little sauce, a little bit of cheese, put it in the oven, and then once it's done, we bring it over here and we cut it up with this fancy board. Now, quick guys, let's count with me. How many slices come from a slice pie? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices from a single slice pie. Now let's talk about fractions real quick. When we have an uncut slice pie, it is 1 whole slice pie. We put a cut right down the middle, and let's just look at this side here. That single side is 1/2 of a slice pie. Let's put another cut through that half, and we'll just look at this section right here. And this section is how much? That's right, 1/4 of a slice pie. And we put one more cut right down the middle of that 1/4, and we are left with a single slice, delicious slice, which is exactly 1/8 of a slice pie. 8 1/8 make a single whole. All right, after we cut it up, we then put your favorite toppings on it, and we have loads of topping options, as you can see here. After we throw on your favorite toppings, we then bring it over and we put it into our oven. And now our slice oven is at 480 degrees. Now, I'm sure some of you know, water freezes at 32 degrees and it boils at 212 degrees, which means our slice oven is twice the amount of heat that it takes to boil water, which means you don't want to touch it. It will burn you. Our slices take about 2.5 minutes to cook to get from this end to this end. And once it's done, we throw it in a fancy box for you. And now we're gonna go over to subs with Maya.
Thanks for the introduction, Josh. Alrighty, y'all, here we are at our substation. Here at Dion's, we have a bunch of different types of subs. What's your favorite sub, Josh?
My favorite sub is the easiest one to make, the turkey and Swiss.
Perfect, let's go ahead and make it. Here at Dion's, we have 2 types of bread. We have our original bread, and we also have our wheat bread. We also have 2 different sizes of subs. We have our 6-inch sub and our 10-inch sub. Alrighty, y'all. We're gonna start off with our bread first, which is a great source of grains. We're gonna go ahead and karate chop that open. There we go. Perfect. We're gonna open up that bread as well. Now our first ingredient that's gonna go on is our mayo and mustard. Perfect. Alrighty, now we're gonna move on to our veggies. We're gonna put on some tomatoes. We're gonna sprinkle some onions. Alrighty, now Josh said he wanted a turkey sub. We're gonna, this great source of protein. We're gonna go ahead and put some turkey on there. We also have ham, we have pastrami, and roast beef as well. Perfect, now that our turkey's on there, we're gonna move on to our dairy. We're gonna put on a slice of Swiss cheese. Perfect. Now that our sub is all nice and done, we're gonna go ahead and throw it into our oven. Alrighty, now that our sub is in the oven, let's take a minute and talk about safety. Here at Dion's, we have some really, really sharp objects on our stations. We have our knife, and we also have our cutter to cut our sandwiches. Now we have to work together and make sure we communicate with each other to make sure we all stay nice and safe. Alrighty, so now that our sub is out of the oven, we're gonna go ahead and put some more veggies on there. We're gonna put some lettuce on it. And we're gonna go ahead and slap a nice, delicious pickle. Perfect. Here at Dion's, we also have 2 different sides that can go with your sandwich. We have our potato chips and also our fruit cups. We also are gonna put a nice Greek dressing on the side, and off it goes. Alrighty, everyone, here we are at our next stop. We have our pickup window. Here at Dion's, we see about 1,000 customers a week. Once that bell goes off, we're gonna help a car.
All right, thank you for choosing Dion's. What was the name on the order? All right, Bartholomew, sounds good. Is that phone in or online? Phone in, all right. And last 4 digits of that number? All right, 9678, all right. And what was on that order? A large pepperoni and anchovy. All right, let me go get that for you, sir.
So, because we help over 1,000 customers a week, we need to make sure we have great customer service. So, we need to make sure we're friendly, that we're listening, and that we're efficient. Very, very important here at Dion's. Now, let's talk about money counting skills. It's also very, very important that we're accurate when dealing with money. Now, for example, let's say you want to buy a side of ranch, which is 51 cents, and you're going to use a $1 bill to pay for that. So, $1 minus 51 cents is 49 cents. So, we need to make sure we're accurate in giving back your change.
Oh yeah, because what we provide here at Dion's is a service. And in exchange for our service, we receive money from you guys. We provide meals to your family and the community. And the better our services are, the more money we're gonna get, and the more money we get, the more services we can provide. It's a win-win situation all around.
Definitely.
Now, let's head over to our final station, the pizza station with Diego.
Guys, on our final stop, we are here at the pizza station. Or if you're talking Dion's lingo, the pie station. This is where it all happens. This is the hot seat, the throne of Dion's. This is where we make pizza. Now guys, I want to tell you a little bit about the station itself. Here at Dion's, we have 3 ovens loaded up, double deckers, and these bad boys cook at 500 degrees. Everybody say, woo! That's hot. Now let's take some time to talk about our pizza station. See, down below is where we keep our dough, small, medium, large, and up above is where we have all the toppings that you guys love. And over here behind is everything that you'll need to find if we need to restock. This back here is called the items fridge, and we make sure that we thought ahead because it gets crazy here at Dion's, and sometimes we need to restock. So we have a smaller fridge here with all the stuff that we'll actually need. Now, let's get into it. Let's make a pizza. Now, the first step to making a pizza is not actually the pizza, it's the board. This is where we're gonna start our foundation. It's like a skeleton for our pizza. So let's talk about our sizes here. This innermost ring, that's our small pizza. We're gonna move a little bit up more. We have a medium pizza. Then we got the biggest, the large pizza. And we have the outside ring. That's for our slice pie so that we can make sure that everybody gets a consistent, hearty slice. Next step for making a pizza is we actually need our dough ball. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out, and it's a little shiny, it's a little slimy, it's a little sticky. So what we need to do is we need to put it in our flour. Flour is what makes it all happen. So everybody say it with me, flour power. Now at this step, we have to define our crust, and I'm gonna need the help from you guys out there. So all my pizza DJs, I need you to take your left hand, put it here, take your right hand, put it here, and we're gonna define that crust. I need everybody to go, I need to hear it, I need to make sure you guys are doing it. Let me hear you out there. That's the only way to make sure our pizza is gonna get that perfect crust. Now our next step is we gotta make this baby stretch out a little bit. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hang the dough. So everybody throw your hands 10 and 2 for me and pretend like you're turning a wheel. Not only can we make a pizza, but you guys can start getting your driver's license. Now guys, this is my favorite step, and this one's called slapping the dough out. And it's most important that you put your hips into it. We're just gonna slap it out there. Get in there. Now we got a good size, and this next step is called walking the dough out. We're gonna make sure we're getting that perfect shape, making sure there's no holes in the pizza, so we're gonna walk it out. Right. Now we lay it down in the perfect pizza shape. What's the perfect pizza shape, guys? An oval? No. A triangle? Come on, a circle. That's right, I saw you in the back. Now, we're gonna start one of our most delicious steps, and we're gonna put the sauce on the pizza. Now, we don't just call it sauce here at Dion's. We put a little extra, we call it sauce, okay? Everybody say sauce. And now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna start with that speed in the middle, and we're gonna mix it up, spread it all the way around so that it's even in every bite. Now, the next thing that we have on our forecast is a whole cloud of cheese. We gotta make sure that we get this cheese evenly distributed on our pizza. So what we're gonna do now, class, is we're gonna make it rain. Everybody say, make it rain. And we gotta get an even shower all the way around the pizza so that it's ooey, ooey, gooey everywhere on there. Let's make sure that cheese is perfectly spread, can't leave any open spaces. Man, that looks good. Now, here comes the best part. We get to put our toppings, and what better topping for a perfect, iconic pizza than pepperonis? We're gonna stack these things up like baseball cards right here, and we're just gonna load them down all the way around the pizza so everybody gets a perfect bite. This pizza looks like it's almost done, but guys, since you've been here this whole time, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Dion's has secret ingredients. Right here, we have our ingredients, magic and love. You might know them as Parmesan and oregano. So let's put a healthy amount of magic and love in every bite. Now that this pizza's loaded up and ready to go, the last step is to put it in that 500-degree oven. Shake it free from the board. Oh man, perfect throw. And here at Dion's, the perfect pizza takes 8 minutes to cook, 2 minutes to cool, and about 30 seconds to devour. So guys, the next step before the pizza gets to you is it has to be boxed. And this right here is our boxing station. Now, every pizza not only has a specific box, but a specific cut. The first thing we want to talk about is a small pizza. A small pizza goes in the small box and has 8 slices. A medium pizza goes into a medium box, and it has 10 slices. But today's pizza is a large pizza. It's gonna go in this big old box, and we're gonna cut that into 12 perfect slices. Man, now that you guys have all this pizza knowledge, it's important to take what you've learned and to use it out there. Did you guys know that you could come in through our drive-thru or walk into a Dion's and you can order a pizza kit? That way you have all the ingredients to make a pizza at home. So show your families what you learned. We're gonna get this pizza boxed up and we'll meet you over there at the serving counter. Thanks, guys. Man, does that look good. Well, now that we're done making the pizza, it's right about time for you guys to start your funtivity in class. So good luck on that, guys. And most importantly from us, we just want to say we had a lot of fun with you guys, and we'll see you next time.